Hello and welcome to another edition of News Showcase. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Reports say India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take office for a third time on Saturday. He called on President Droupadi Murmu this morning. Leaders of his National Democratic Alliance were also huddled in a discussion. A day after votes were counted in the national elections, Modi will need the support of his allies in the grouping to form a government. His BJP managed just 240 seats and the allies secured 53, which gives him a comfortable majority in parliament. The outcome of the election was a blow to the BJP, as several high-profile candidates, including federal ministers and state leaders, faced defeats in their own strongholds. In the past two elections, the party enjoyed parliamentary majority on its own. The US has praised the successful completion of India's national election, which is considered the world's largest electoral exercise. In the run-up to the polls, which kicked off in April, the US expressed concerns over arrests of political leaders and freedom of speech, which drew sharp responses from the Indian government. While Prime Minister Narendra Modi's National Democratic Alliance secured a majority to form the next government, the opposition Congress party made stunning gains as head of the India bloc. The State Department spokesman Matthew Miller said the US was looking forward to continued close partnership between the two countries.
Our understanding is that the election results have not been finalized, so we will wait for the finalization of those election results before we offer any definitive comment. I'm also not going to comment on winners and losers in election, as is our case around the world. What is important for us and what we have seen over the past 6 weeks is the largest exercise of democracy in history as the Indian people came to the polls. And on behalf of the United States, we want to commend the government of India and voters there for successfully completing and participating in such a massive electoral undertaking, and we look forward to seeing the final results.
After a clean sweep of all the 39 seats by the DMK and its allies in Tamil Nadu, a senior leader from the Congress party said the southern state has rejected what he called the Hindutva politics of the BJP. Karti Chidambaram was among the winners who contested in Sivagangai constituency, where he defeated Xavier Das of the AIADMK party by a margin over 2 lakh votes. His comments came when he was awarded a certificate to mark his win. The Congress party, a longtime ally of the DMK, contested in 9 of the state's 39 seats.
Tamil Nadu has given a very clear and decisive victory to the India Alliance, led in Tamil Nadu by the Honorable Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin. Tamil Nadu rejects the Hindi Hindutva politics of the BJP, and the results reflect it very clearly. Tamil Nadu wants a federal government, wants a secular government, wants an egalitarian and an inclusive government, and that is exactly what the Tamil Nadu people have voted for.
One of Congress party's star performers, KL Sharma, met with the family of party's top leader, Sonia Gandhi, in Delhi. Sharma defeated Federal Minister Smriti Irani to regain the seat of Amethi, which is a traditional Congress stronghold. He also met with Gandhi's children, Rahul Gandhi and his sister Priyanka, who spearheaded the party's campaign. Sharma described himself as everyone's lawmaker and said he would remain humble. The defeat of Irani was a surprise to many after she claimed she was invincible in the seat. It was also a moment of sweet revenge for the Congress after she defeated Rahul Gandhi in the constituency in the last election. Analysts say the new coalition government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi may shift its focus away from investments, which has been a pillar of his agenda in the previous administration. On Tuesday, Indian stocks experienced a steep decline on the news that Modi could form only a coalition government and an administration on its own strength was ruled out. According to observers, it has sparked concerns of an unstable government which could impact the economic policies. The benchmark NSE Nifty 50 share market's fall has been the worst decline since India's initial COVID lockdowns in March 2020. Before counting of votes started, markets surged over exit poll forecasts that Modi would secure a big majority. A report says mass graves have been found at the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City after Israeli troops withdrew from the site at the start of April. The discovery has turned focus on Israeli claims that there were no civilian casualties during its operations. Hospitals have been targeted repeatedly in the last 8 months of fighting, with Israel saying that Hamas uses them as bases, but the militant group has denied the allegation. Scenes at the Al-Shifa have been the most dramatic, which used to be most well-equipped and largest in Gaza Strip. Palestinian search crews have reported finding several hundred bodies. The UN Security Council expressed deep concern at the reports. The United States and the European Union have demanded an impartial inquiry into possible war crimes. The deteriorating security conditions near Israel's northern border have caused the war cabinet to become increasingly concerned. Since late October, Israel and the Palestinian group Hezbollah have been exchanging cross-border gunfire almost every day, with the severity of the strikes increasing in the last few weeks. The rocket attacks started bushfires over large areas of forests and hospitalized 11 people for smoke inhalation. A civil defense team member said there have been up to 16 fires in the neighborhood. Firefighters fought to put out the blaze in and around the town of Kiryat Shmona for 20 hours. The situation has brought fresh pressure on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to act. The Israeli government has spoken of war as a response to rocket attacks by Hezbollah, who are based in Lebanon. Representatives of Hamas and its rival Palestinian group Fatah say talks to reconcile their differences will take place in China this month. Fatah is the party of the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, which governs the West Bank, the area occupied by Israel. China has not commented on the matter. Reports suggest that deep disagreements between the two sides may impede progress at the talks, but the engagement also shows that they are keen on progress. The talks come after two recent rounds of peace negotiations, one held in Russia and the second in China. Alongside the talks, international attempts will continue to bring about a truce in Gaza, which is ruled by Hamas. The U.S. House of Representatives voted to approve legislation that would penalize the International Criminal Court over its request for arrest warrants for Israeli government ministers. The move comes after the court's prosecutor declared that Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu should be detained on suspicion of war crimes in Gaza. The prosecutor also sought arrest warrants for 3 Hamas leaders. Republicans who support Israel have suggested a law that would prevent the court's officials handling the case from entering the U.S. It was approved with the backing of the majority of Republicans as well as 42 pro-Israel Democrats. The bill will likely be ignored in the U.S. Senate, which is controlled by the Democrats. In the first television debate in the UK general election, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and the leader of the opposition Labour Party were engaged in spirited discussion about immigration, the NHS and taxes. At times, the host of the ITV event had to step in and tell the leaders to lower their voices because they were becoming combative. Sir Keir Starmer brushed off Sunak's assertion that Labour sought a £2,000 tax rise as absolute garbage. Both leaders used the occasion to share with voters their personal tales and discuss how their early life experiences had influenced their political beliefs. Many observers felt that Sunak needed a strong showing following a difficult week that included dismal party polling and the reappearance of reformist leader Nigel Farage to the front lines. In an election year, President Joe Biden has issued wide-ranging new executive orders to slow down the unprecedented number of migrants entering the U.S. over the border, have made him politically vulnerable. The new measures allow authorities to swiftly deport immigrants who are entering the country illegally without first considering their pleas for asylum. The White House said the measures will occur when the border is overwhelmed and a daily threshold is reached. The U.S. announced additional initiatives to expedite cases and relieve pressure on the nation's overworked immigration courts. Speaking with a number of mayors of border towns, Biden discussed the directive and stated that the action will help gain control of the border. Several immigration activists have already criticized the action. Video sharing app TikTok says it is dealing with a cyber attack that was directed at a number of accounts linked to celebrities and brands. According to reports, its Chinese owner ByteDance said that only a very limited number of accounts had been compromised. It further stated that it was assisting individuals in getting back into their accounts. TikTok withheld further information regarding the cyber attack's perpetrators and method of execution. U.S. media outlet CNN was one of the accounts that was compromised. CNN did not comment on the breach. According to TikTok, reality TV celebrity Paris Hilton's account was also targeted, but it was not compromised. Hilton is a frequent user of TikTok with over 10 million followers. With millions of users globally, the network has raised concerns about user data security and its ties to the Chinese government. Thank you for watching. I am Priya, Tamil Nadu's first artificial intelligence news presenter. Do tune in, same time tomorrow, for a roundup of the latest news and updates in India and around the world.